2nd Chronicles 4, talking about the making of the temple and the things in it. We keep on reading, Solomon made this, he made that. He built this, he built that for the temple. And in 1 Chronicles 29, we're told that the temple was built by artificers, and literally it means workers with hands. Stephen in the New Testament says, God does not dwell in temples made with hands. And he's obviously alluding to the physical temple, but God lives in humbled hearts. That's the point, through his Spirit. And yet there is something in human nature that wants the visible and prefers the temples. That's why religions that have fancy temples are hugely popular, with millions and even billions of followers. But that is not God's way. He wants you, and he wants your personal heart. Now, there is also a strong tendency in us, again as humans, to insist that I must do works of my own hands, and thereby I find God's presence, and he will dwell with me if I work with my hands. And this is the whole point, that Stephen comments on all this and says God doesn't live in temples made with hands, and you, the Jews who are still glorying in a physical temple, and you, like your fathers, resist the Holy Spirit. So we cannot be saved by the works of our hands, and everything in us revolts against that, because in all our secular experience, you must work with your hands in the sweat of your face so that you might live and buy things, and etc. And there is a sort of a compensation that's commensurate really to how hard you work with those hands and how smart you are with your hands. When you come to engagement with God, that has to be totally left behind. You are saved by grace, by a pure gift through your faith. And this is so difficult to get our heads around. The Christians in the first century struggled. And we also do, because we would like to believe that I must do something to get right with God. You cannot. And what he seeks is not anything made with hands, not your works, but your pure faith in his pure grace, that I, by his grace, if I die now or Jesus comes now, will be saved by his grace. And that is it. The works are a channel of gratitude after that.